What up, everybody? This is Big Elbow Chillin', and what we're doing today is a little thing that I like to call shit that I like. It's where I talk about shit that I like because it's a lot more fun to talk about than shit that I don't like. So today's subject is a book called Prince of Cats by Ron Wimberly. So let me tell you a little bit about what it is. Experience the B-side to Shakespeare's most beloved tale of star-crossed lovers and warring family politics in this stunning retelling. Instead of Fair Verona, this classic tragedy is played out like an 80s block party in New York where underground sword dueling blossomed alongside hip-hop, punk, disco, and no wave. Prince of Cats is an unforgettable deconstruction of Romeo and Juliet's romantic meta-narrative, focusing on the minor players with Tybalt at the center of it all. So another short synopsis. Ronald Wimberly's Prince of Cats remixes urban melodrama, samurai action, and classic theater in a Brooklyn fueled by cheap takeout and neon spray paint. So I first learned of Ron Wimberly from the book Sentences. It says that it's written by Percy Carey, aka M.F. Grimm. Sentences, The Life of M.F. Grimm. M.F. Grimm is Percy Carey. It says that he wrote it and Wimberly drew it, but I have my suspicions that Wimberly did more than just draw it. There's a look at. Anyways, like I said, I have a suspicion that he did more than just draw it. I think he did take some part in the writing of the book because it's too well written for just a rapper with no comic writing experience to do on his own. But I guess he didn't want any writing credit, so they listed it that way. So anyways, yeah, so about the book, and let me just get into my my own personal experience, and that when I was in 7th grade, I was fortunate to have a very good English teacher, or language arts teacher, I guess you'd say, a guy named Mr. Beauchesne. Anyone who went to Mulcahy would know. I went to the school that I went to, middle school, in Tulare, California, called Mulcahy, which was basically a breeding ground for fucking felons and criminals of all types. But it was a fun experience. Anyways, amongst the shit, there was a couple of good teachers, and he was one of them. Anyway, so the way that he had us read Romeo and Juliet was that he would have us read the like translated Cliff Notes version, and then also read the original version, and then we would talk about it. And it was a really good reading experience for me, like probably the best reading experience I had in my my brief academic career. And about 4 chapters in or so, I didn't really need to read the Cliff Notes anymore. I kind of caught on to the Shakespeare speak. So that was really cool. And so last weekend I went on a little trip to San Luis Obispo and Pismo Beach. I took my granddaughter, and we went to the drive and we went to the beach and stuff. Anyways, when I go on little trips, I like to take a graphic novel with me and read it in the hotel, in the car, whatever. And it kind of I associate certain books with certain trips. It just kind of adds a little sentimental value to it. So yeah, this is our first time taking my granddaughter, the honey badger, on a trip overnight with us. And I read this in the car and in the hotel, and I really enjoyed it. Like it's one of the things I enjoyed reading the most in a long time, and so I felt like I wanted to just talk about it. And so this is a version that I read, and this is I bought this one. This is the Vertigo, the DC Vertigo version. I bought this one on My Comic Shop. It was published in 2012. I bought it for $4.30. It's not in the best condition. It was actually a library version, as you can see. So there's like tape and shit on it. I was fairly confident I was going to enjoy this book. And so, like in 2018 or so, I also bought the Image version, which is, as you can see, a lot bigger. And it has, I'll show some of that stuff at the end. You can see the size difference. And I wasn't disappointed. I really enjoyed this a lot. Yeah, I wasn't disappointed at all. It was really good. So it's like, again, like the description said, there's graffiti, there's it's like hip hop. The writing is written in a mix of Shakespeare's speak with street slang. I'll show us right at the beginning. They give you just look at all the different characters. These are being a couple of Tybalt's boys. That's Tybalt. So like the purple seem to be shit. I was getting confused. I guess the Montagues, and then the yellows are the Capulets. So that's Tybalt. Those are some of the other Capulet dudes. That's where the fuck is Romeo? And then that's Romeo. For some reason, he's in blue. Anyways, yeah. So this is a look at all the rundown of the characters and stuff. So yeah, like they have, you know, they're more like street crews rather than what the normal traditional Romeo and Juliet version is. So it starts off with Tybalt he's come home from I guess he went away to private school, and he's hanging out with his boys and stuff. I don't want to give too much away, but then again, it's like, what the fuck? I can't really spoil it. Like, it's Romeo and Juliet. I think everybody knows what happens. So yeah, there's this magazine called The Duelist. You can see he's reading it right here. The Duelist, or Dual List, however you want to look at it. And they will print like rankings. Get that out of there. So as you can see in the rankings, on the top of the rankings is Romeo. Okay, so Romeo's crew is the Montagues. So Romeo, Montague, Benvolio, Montague, and then Lucio, Canolio, and Donatello. Notorious. So I think there's like a different crew or something. Oh, that makes sense to me now. Okay. Tybalt is ranked number 6 after he did some shit. Anyways, they show a picture of Romeo at the top of the rankings. So like, it's all, you know, everyone, it's like 80s Brooklyn, but everyone carries samurai swords. Some people might ask, why are they carrying samurai swords? I say to that, why the fuck not? Samurai swords are cool, you know, so it's like style points, and it just works, you know, to me. It's all the kind of shit that I like. So yeah, after so in the beginning they're talking about their friend Petruchio who got killed by Romeo. That's how Romeo moved up to the top of the rankings. And there's a scene in here that kind of reminds me of a movie that I'm a big fan of called New Jersey Drive. where they're at the funeral and the mom, of the guy who got killed is, telling him how foolish and pointless all the violence is and stuff, and she's yelling at his friends, telling them, that they got her son killed and kind of blaming them for it. Yeah, let me see. Here's some more, the Duelist as Tybalt is moving up. He's up to number 3 now. And then it shows some of the girls. As you can see, there's Juliet. And they're looking at the Duelist magazine, talking about boys in the bathroom and shit like that. And Jacqueline, she's actually on the Duelist list. She's like number 5 or something like that. And let me see. And then, so this is kind of interesting, where they tease like some sexual tension between Tybalt and Juliet, and that's her cousin. So it's kind of, but how shit was back in those days, kind of fucking weird with that stuff. But yeah, they tease it there that there's an attraction between them. You can see she's asking him if he thinks she's cute or whatever, and it's kind of off-put by that question. So yeah, I like the style, like the way that these guys, the way that they dress, and I would really love to see, this book got optioned fucking like 5 years ago or something, but nothing's come of it. I would love to see this world come to life, whether it's anime or live action or just something, because I think with a good soundtrack too, man, it could really be something special. I was also a big fan of the Leonardo DiCaprio movie that came out adapting Romeo and Juliet too. But in those movies, in that movie, and in the book, reading the book back in 7th grade, Tybalt was my favorite character. So this book really lined up with my my interests and stuff. And like, Romeo comes off as kind of a fucking dumbass. Like, I don't know, but he, in every version of Romeo and Juliet, I always got that impression of Romeo. He was in love with one chick, and then just like that, and then he's in love with another chick. Like, he's kind of a fool, if you ask me. So this is the only real, like, kind of criticism that I have of the book. And so it's like when they go to the non-linear storytelling, it gets kind of confusing, because I would have suggested, like, I don't know, maybe using a guest artist or something, just so you could tell the difference of when it's flashing, when you're doing a flashback and when you're not. And this shows, that's where I get kind of confused in this scene right here. I'm not sure if they're showing how Mercutio, and see, that's Romeo right there, and he's with those other two guys. There's like spray painting on the wall, and they catch him, they try and beat him up, but he is more skillful for them. I'm not sure if this is how Romeo and Mercutio met, or what the hell. Like I said, it's a flashback, and it gets a little confusing. Also gets a little bit confusing is sometimes the colors that they wear. I would like, sometimes I think that, like, it's the it's the Montagues that wear like yellow and like teal, and then the Capulets wear the purple. But then there's stuff like this where look, I don't. Maybe that's just the lighting with the purple colors. But anyways, maybe I'm just, not sharp enough. Still, it doesn't. It warrants a reread. I had to reread a couple of parts just to try and figure out exactly what was going on with that. And this is just like this one. There's like a good dual sword fight scene in a club, and I enjoy his art style. It's he's a wild boy, which I appreciate. Taking some chances, some of these might not always work, but it's better than just not doing anything different. This is a good scene right here too, where they try and set up those guys to ambush Tybalt. And they have a pretty good scuffle. And let me see what else we got here. Oh yeah, that's a good page right there. And there's one part where that's a trip. That's the only scene. That's the only part where anyone pulls out a gun. I was assuming that they didn't even have guns, but I guess they do. They just don't like to fight with it. They prefer the sword fighting the honorable way, I guess. And this is one of my favorite parts of the book, where these guys, they're like ordering some food at Nathan's, and Jacqueline is working, and that's Samson and Gregory. Anyway, he's asking her to hurry up with his food, and so she starts talking some shit like, "Verily, thy hair is an unattended cigarette, thy face the struck match that lit it. Fake ass gazelle frame wearing, blah blah blah." She's just talking a bunch of shit like that to him. So, anyways, he comes back at her and he goes hard on her, man. He tells her some shit like, "Verily, that's why thou works at Nathan's, bitch. Flipping hot dogs are the only skill in thy possession worth more than 50 cents. This revelation occurred to thee while on thy knees on 53rd and 3rd. And he tells her, thou art so oily, thy collar's transparent." I thought that was a pretty good one. Anyways, he goes in fucking hard on her, and again, Jacqueline was number 5 on the duelist list, and she gets mad and the bitch wants to fight. So she comes out from behind the counter with her sword, and he kind of is like, "I don't draw on the fair sex," or something like that. I think he knew he was gonna get fucked up. But yeah, Tybalt comes through and ends up fucking her up. But that was just a really cool scene. Speaking of cool scenes, so they try and, after what happened to how they tried to bum rush Tybalt, they do the same thing. They try and get back at Mercutio when he's riding on the train. While he's chilling with some chick, and things don't go as planned. So Mercutio is, it seems like he was mentoring Romeo on his sword fighting, but for some reason Romeo passed him on the duelist. But I like this part right here, because Tybalt's been just a total badass the whole scene, right? The whole book so far. And after fucking Mercutio just fucks all those dudes up, and he's just chilling with it. He's still holding. He never dropped his drink. Anyways, you see, Tybalt witnessed the whole thing, and that's the only time where Tybalt shows not to be as that's the time he shows some hesitance as far as when it comes time to fight, because he still wants to kill Romeo, especially after and this here's another flashback scene which would have helped. This is like Petruccio's story of what happened to him. And he already only had one arm because of some accident he got into. And this is the part where I say, like, they're talking about graffiti and shit, and he's teaching what's his name, some skills. But Romeo, that's how he moved up the ranking list, is by killing him. So Tybalt really wants to get him for that. And then there's this incident at like a block party where he sees Romeo. He wants to get him right there, but his uncle tells him to chill the fuck out. And it's like a dress-up party or whatever. And this is actually the part where, so like, they don't show any of the romance part between Romeo and Juliet except this, where they meet at the party. So, this is from Tybalt's point of view, so he doesn't know anything about their shit, He has his own reason. He wants to kill him for Petruccio, and for also, like, what happened at the party and him getting disrespected. And when he goes looking for Romeo, and he runs into Mercutio, and Mercutio is like telling him what's up, and it really looks like Tybalt don't want none with Mercutio. He wants Romeo. Maybe save that for another date, but I'm sure, again, it's not spoilers, Mercutio ends up getting killed, and then the plague on both your houses, all that shit. And then that's the thing with the book, like, you know how it ends, so it's kind of like, when it comes, it's like, oh man, like, you're kind of hoping it might end differently, but you already know what the ending is. Romeo comes for revenge for Mercutio, and Tybalt dies without ever knowing what happened to Juliet or anything. And they don't show that in here, what happened to Juliet, because that's not the story here. But yeah, it was a really good read, and again, I associate it with the trip that I took, my little granddaughter on, little honey badger, and I had been meaning to read this for years, and I wasn't disappointed at all. I gotta check out this format, this big book. This is the art is, bigger size, of course, obviously. The coloring looks the same, which is good. I think that's one of the things I like about the book a lot, is the coloring. I'm trying to find some. But also at the end, they give you some extras. They give you some some layouts here. A sketch. And I think there's some more layouts. And just some of the some inked but not colored. And that looks like straight up just markers and shit. That's cool, man. That's inspiring. And here's some character sketches. So, I definitely recommend, if you like Romeo and Juliet, if you like hip hop, if you like samurai sword fighting, I definitely recommend this. It's easy buy. I'm sure you could at least find like the version that I got for pretty cheap. So I definitely recommend it if you're into that kind of thing. So I was just happy. I've been wanting to do more non-haul content. If you like this, let me know in the comments if you want to see more stuff like this. If not, you could just tell me stick to reviews, motherfucker. But you don't gotta be mean about it. Like, I have feelings and shit. Just because I rock doesn't mean I'm made of stone. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more content like this, because I enjoyed making this video. It was pretty cool. Nice change up. I have a couple other shit that I like videos. You can find them on my channel. Yeah, check out my Instagram. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that good stuff. I'd appreciate it. And if you watch this far into the video, thank you. And if you live in the United States, hit me up on Instagram. And whoever hits me up first, if anyone hits me up, I will send this to you. I don't want to send it out of the United States, continental United States, just because the shipping is fucking cost more than the book would cost. So it's just kind of like defeats the purpose. And I will send you this copy. Yeah, it's a library copy, but if you just want to read it, I want to share it with someone, and it would make me feel good to share it with someone. So go to my Instagram, hit me up on the private message, send me your info, and I'll send you the book. If not, fuck it, I'll keep it. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the video, congratulations, you got good taste, and you'll probably also like this book. So like I always say, get off of YouTube, read some fucking comics.